Dr. Cody, the core question remains, vocational education for who? Expanded technical training for who? Well-paying career pathways for who? Apprenticeships for who? Because when we say all students, we have to be honest. Not all students were the descendants of people whose laboring, suffering, and exclusion built the foundation of this country. That distinction matters. All students are not the descendants of those affected by slavery and the badges and incidents thereof. There's a reoccurring issue. Resources and opportunities created through the historical sacrifices of foundational Black American freedmen often end up benefiting everyone except the very community whose struggles made those resources necessary in the first place. Right now, the mayor is giving $11.2 billion to illegals while proposing a new education 2K program for all. On paper, that sounds positive, but opening those seats to illegals, people who did not experience the generational impact of slavery, segregation, systematic exclusion, raises real consequences, or real concerns. Meanwhile, freedmen have paid taxes and contributed to this city and this country for generations without receiving full and equal access to the benefits of those taxes we're supposed to secure. The same patterns show up in education. Foundational Black Americans fought the New York City Board of Education for fair admissions of specialized high schools through standardized testing. Decades later, the test has been made nearly impossible to pass without expensive test prep, recreating inequity in a different form. And when efforts are made to fix this imbalance, there is an organized resistance coming from the Asian community. The Asian community who are now in 2026 considered minorities, but back when we fought for the test, they were classified as white. This is why we, the foundational Black American freedmen, have learned to be specific. Even HBCUs, institutions created because freedmen were excluded from higher education, now serve a growing number of students who are not descendants of the community that the schools were built for. They may share similar appearances, but not the same lineage, history, or generational impact tied to this land drenched in our blood. This is why clarity and specificity are essential. Without it, the very people whose ancestors paid the highest price continue to be pushed into the margins. Bring serious speakers like Andre Barnes to do a presentation on how immigration has hurt foundational Black Americans. Thank you to the grassroots for funding us to be here today, because I learned more foundational Black American history from the grassroots than I ever learned in any Black history studies program. If you were annoyed by the agenda and inclusion of everyone and the disingenuous intentions to steal our reparations in the form of education programs where legacy organizations defraud the community out of what is owed to us, I implore you to send emails to our legislators by going to BREUCK calltoaction.com. Thank you.